They've gotten rid of the mercury. Bottom line is, say you do get autism from immunization, at least your child is alive, at least he smiles, at least he can run, he can hug you, at least he can give you a spiritual connection in some manner, okay? If you don't get your child immunized, guess what? Haemophilus influenza will kill your child. It will kill your child.
Well, that's not good.
Okay, this is just one had haemophilus influenza 6 months ago, and I had to fight with a physician assistant who tried to tell me that her conjunctivitis just needed a little flippin' Keflix, which doesn't even touch haemophilus influenza. And if I would have just trusted that physician assistant and didn't demand that I get a culture and sensitivity, that my child would have ended up, could have progressed into meningitis, and my child could have died. But because I have such a good rapport, because this happened in the urgent care, I have such a good rapport with my pediatrician. He gives me his cell phone. So Monday, I said, listen, I'm not going to bother him on the weekend. I called my pediatrician on Monday, and I said, listen, I'm not going to tell you my pediatrician's name, but I said, hey, listen, this is what went on. This is what we need. She's got haemophilus influenza. I insisted they did a culture and sensitivity. They did the culture and sensitivity. Guess what? It was resistant to Keflex, and guess what my kid had? She didn't have conjunctivitis, just regular old bacterial infection of the eye. She had full-blown positive haemophilus influenza, and they would not give me they gave me the culture, but they would not give me the sensitivity. The sensitivity is what tells you that it was resistant to the antibiotic that physician assistant prescribed for my child. So my pediatrician told me, he said, you know what, Deb, if you ever had that problem again, you need to call me on the weekend. So bottom line is, people, my child had her immunization, but because people are not getting their children immunized, she was exposed to haemophilus influenza during her course of vaccinations, and she was exposed to it and ended up getting haemophilus influenza. So thank you, people out there that aren't getting your children immunized. My child got haemophilus influenza. And let me tell you another little story. I have a friend whose daughter was 5 years old. This happened within 4 months ago. Her daughter got haemophilus influenza, which progressed into full meningitis, and now her daughter is in a grave and is dead. A 5-year-old. Okay? So thank you, people out there that are telling people not to get immunized. Okay? And this is just one thing. Haemophilus influenza, people. This is one thing. I'm not even going into polio or the other things that you can get from not getting your kids immunized. Okay? Little knowledge is dangerous. This is Nurse DebBEE, people. You need to start listening. Okay? Don't just take flipping one thing and run with it. Educate yourself. Okay? Take care of your body, so that flipping I don't have to, or a morgue doesn't. All right? That's why we're talking today about MRSA. That's another thing you need to talk about. We don't need to worry about AIDS anymore. MRSA is going to kill you a lot faster than AIDS. Okay? So this is a live show. We're going to cut this tape right now because you want to listen to Nurse DebBEE? It's a live show, and that's why we do this live. All right? So you need to tune in, and we'll see you here next week for haemophilus influenza and vaccines. And educate yourself, people, because a little knowledge is dangerous. And I don't want you to be that woman who has to bring flowers to her little 5-year-old's grave every day. Because it's a sick, sick thing. Because she thought she was doing right. Because she was worried about her child getting autism. Okay? All right. Now cut this.